That's shocking. Your abs? So if you break suddenly, it'll lock up and you'll die. You shouldn't. You should just let a man in a shop do it. Yeah, don't. That's hurting my brain. We're live if you want to listen to it. Yeah. Yeah, so we can get this sweet car talk. Welcome to Car Talk. Click and clack here. One of us is dead, I think. Yeah. Like like learning to play the clarinet is the worst sound in the world. Like like they were locking up in some sort of way. Try not to die. They're like, fuck this guy. I don't want to hear from Chad. Have you tried not doing the things that you're doing? That's fantastic. Oh man. I had at my old apartment I had oh no, I was at this one. I had an old toilet seat crack while I was sitting on it, and it was probably the most shocking thing I've ever experienced. Well, I didn't realize they're made of like weird particle board inside. I thought they were like solid plastic or something. Oh shit. High class. Welcome to Toilet Cast. Can you guys fucking not? I don't know. I don't. Have you had 1.5 beers? Jesus, TJ. If only you had some sort of filter for those pops. Hey, it's me. I'm talking here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. That's right. When, yeah, when XSplit updates usually fuck shit up. Okay, keep talking. Okay. Oh.
Jay.
One.
You goddamn fucking addict.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
okay.
my.
I fixed.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not
fixed
my
it. I
grandparents.
fixed the thing.
I'm putting my Fitbit back on. I gotta check my heart rate.
You're not my dead parents.
My resting heart rate. What is it? How? What's my? I gotta hook this up to the stream when I'm playing PUBG, so it can tell. God damn it! How people's voices are. All right, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to sit. This is my voice. Matt, can you go?
Hey, I'm talking here. I'm Matt.
Cool.
How's it going?
All right. TJ?
I'm about to down some caffeine so I can speed up the processing of this alcohol.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot to drink my coffee. I had leftover coffee. Oh, whatever.
Leftover coffee. Night
All right,
coffee.
Make some iced coffee with it.
I know. Well, it's too late for night coffee.
Iced
I'm
coffee.
gonna
Actually, it
have
isn't
another
too late.
soda.
Too late to apologize.
All right, Matt, can you talk a bit more?
He's gone. He left to go get another
That's
soda.
fine. That's fine. I'm going to actually go get a coffee, and I'm going to get a beer as well, because I'm almost done with this one. All right. I just wanted to turn myself down a little bit, because I was a little bit loud.
There's beer in this
We'll
house.
have to get audio one more time when Matt gets back, but I'll be right back.
Not really a beer drinker.
Holiday roll. Holiday roll.
Did you just watch National Lampoon's Vacation?
No, it just popped
is that
into
just-
my head. Just off of my brain dome.
That's a great song. It's got some good harmonies in it.
So it's your face.
Because the high line on that's pretty good. Holiday roll.
Ah!
Yeah. The high line's
I
great.
knocked over a can, but it was an unopened can.
Sorry, I just read something great.
Oh, is it about how funny we
So-
are?
No. It's a it was a poll that someone put on Twitter. That's a bit questionable to think about. How many nipples does Lightning McQueen have? Either 2, 8, or other. Ooh.
I think one.
Where would Lightning McQueen have a single nipple? It's not his exhaust.
Like
I
where
wouldn't equate-
where you drain out the oil into the oil pan. Like
Yeah,
that
but aren't
valve.
there more than one oil filter? I don't know enough
man.
about the bottoms of cars.
They're square.
We'll have to ask John because I'm sure he doesn't know either.
Well, I'm not sure that there would be any actually if the the cars aren't mammals. I don't think they nurse their young.
Hey
John-
John, how many nipples does Lightning McQueen have? 2, 8, or
Follow-up
other?
question: do the cars in the Cars universe nurse their young?
No, actually. I'll tell you why. Have you ascribed to the Cars universe theory that it's like the Matrix? We're all in cars right now.
Oh
Because
shit!
the cars have a human inside them hooked up to a computer network powering the car. It's like the Matrix.
The
And so there's
Cartrix.
inside every car, there's a human body. So they don't nurse them. They got like fucking machines that like pop the people into a baby car, and that's how it works. All right.
Do cars have an internal skeleton structure as well as their exoskeleton?
I don't know.
It depends.
Also,
I
why are
think
their
the
eyes in the wrong
frame,
place?
the frame would count as an internal skeleton, I believe.
No. John's on the right track. Their eyes are
Their eyes
totally in
should
the
be
wrong
the
place.
headlights. That is the agreed upon car anthropomorphism.
Nope.
All right, let me get levels. Matt, talk.
Oh, we did that like 5 times.
I know, but I was a little bit louder, and then I was like, Matt, can I hear you again? And you were gone, so
I was getting
I
a
left.
soda pop.
I was getting this. You can't. You wish you could pull this off.
And there's a cat. All right, this is my level. This is me being excited about
TJ?
cats level.
Yeah, that's me. I'm.
All right. This is John talking.
So I'm just gonna load up a bunch of fireworks sound effects.
All right. Matt, you're slightly louder than me, but I'm going to leave it that way because I'm going to get way louder than this as we talk. So I feel like I'm good. It's always hard to gauge. You know, that live one didn't sound too bad for being as peaky as it was. Matt, do you want me to show you what the waveform looked like on that?
Was it just a square?
Yep. It was literally the peakiest thing I've ever seen. And then the compressor, the digital compressor went through it, and it doesn't sound too bad, actually. Which is crazy that we were peaking as much as we were, because I was...
Those aren't bad because they're not super loud.
Yeah.
You know, TJ, is the least favorite firework of yours the one that just is the light that just makes the loudest boom?
I hate
Just
that.
like one big
but
pop.
the worst
The
thing
one
is
that makes
just
children cry.
yeah. The worst thing is just anytime they explode close to me that I'm not expecting. Like when neighbors are pulling them off and they're only like going,
I know what you're talking
60
about.
feet in the air and I'm not expecting it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we should start.
Am I lit well enough? Is this good lighting?
You're
Yeah,
lit
it's nice
AF.
soft lighting.
I think that's what the kids say. I wish I had my fidget spinner. God damn it. All right. I'm not getting up again to get it, so. Welcome. I had to burp. I had
Was
ramen.
at the start of the episode.
I made ramen for dinner.
MSG FTW.
That's right.
MSG is delicious.
I made
Yeah, it
fancy
is.
ramen. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 272. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Haig.
And TJ May.
Yep. It is the 4th of July weekend-ish. Matt, do you have Monday off as well, or do you just have Tuesday
No,
off?
I get to go to work for one day, and then I'm off on Tuesday.
I
and
have
then
Monday
I go back
off
to work
and
for like
Tuesday.
3 days. Well, there's
my-
gonna be absolutely nothing to do at work on Monday because
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be calling in orders on the 3rd of July.
Correct.
Because a lot of our customers are other businesses, and I'm sure they'll all be closed on Monday.
That's what a lot of people say. That work. Like Lauren's like, yeah, when I'm at work on Mondays or like the day before or day after a holiday, we have nothing to do because nobody is like ordering stuff on those days because everyone's traveling or visiting someone. So why are we here?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think I'll just
Yep.
grab a bunch of America-themed snacks and throw a little party for myself and the 4 other people in my office.
Yeah. Will you do anything on the 4th, Matt?
Sleeping until noon,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't.
Well, maybe I
don't
can
have a
invite
plan
you.
after that.
I can invite you to my thing that I'm being forced to go to, possibly.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So that way I have someone that is cool there.
What is this?
I don't
thing?
know. It's someone it's her friend who's got an apartment and he's got a pool and they don't really have any kids that live there, so no one's ever using the pool. So I think it's just going to be drinking and swimming.
That's a good combination.
Well,
Throw some
it's day
explosions in
swimming.
there.
People will know. But anyway, so what are you guys up to, huh? Do you want to talk? We want to talk about the thing I have on the top of the list here. That
Probably. I'll be right.
Oh, TJ's gone.
Oh,
We lost
shit.
TJ.
TJ, the fireworks went off and blew up part of his house. He has to run and get them. All right, well, let's not talk about that then until TJ gets back. Matthew,
I should not have
Hag.
unloaded my fireworks sound effect board. Let me just get some ambience.
But you unloaded that? I mean, come on. So how was that last episode, huh?
That was it's the best episode that I ever listened to, and I definitely
TJ's
totally
gone.
completely listened to it.
Yeah, let's have a 3-minute ad break now, because
Born in the 80s is brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service because fuck stamps.com. Seriously, you think you're better than us? You think you think you're better than us, stamps.com?
You know what you should do? Go buy a stamp from fucking Walgreens. Go buy a booklet of stamps that they usually don't have when you ask for it, but when they get it to you, good. My God, I want to rant about Walgreens for a hot sec. Every time
about the fact that you have to buying stamps is like buying cigarettes. You have to talk to
No, it's not even that. It's every time. I just want to say this. Every time I go to Walgreens, it's never an easy checkout experience. You know what I'm talking about? It's always somebody in front of me is taking forever. I shit you not. There was there was 2 people checking people out, and the one on the left was getting everybody through, but he was just some old guy who was super fucking slow at checking people out. And I was like, all right, well, we're in line. And then there was the right-hand side one that was open. I was like, should I get in line there or not? I always hate the way there's set up because I feel like there's 2 lines, but everyone kind of makes in the middle, and then you'll have some asshole. It's like, well, I'm going to walk in front of everyone and go to the right, even though you guys are in the middle, kind of. But there was this lady who was asking super detailed questions about her Balance Rewards program card points. Really complicated. And it was this guy's like, I don't know, you'll have to check online, I don't know. And she just got well, do I get points for this? And it's like, oh my God.
You probably get points for everything.
Could you call someone for this? Why do you have to stand in the checkout line and ask this? She wasn't buying anything.
Maybe she was just lonely.
The guy thought she was buying something, but she wasn't. She was just hanging out.
Points for this conversation?
Yeah, I know, right?
They're hanging out.
TJ, what happened?
Oh, it was just someone calling me.
Oh.
Hey, Tourmaline 17459 in the chat.
That sounds like great numbers.
Yeah. So this is completely untrue and a false statement, I'm going to say. But we are kicking off the Summer Games Done Quick unofficially here on the podcast.
Wait,
so
what?
Tune in, everyone that's going to go watch that on this channel, because this is the starting up at
right
noon
now.
Tomorrow. We're going to play some games after this stream.
Yeah.
And we'll win. We'll start we're gonna go real fast, guys.
We're gonna get all the games done.
We're gonna talk about this week, so let's change it to that. All right. TNT,
we're gonna talk
wood
about
and water. Skeet straight. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Skate.
Are you having a stroke?
What?
Sounds like it.
What the fuck is the name of that game that we said was game of the month?
TNC Surf Design, a wood and water something.
Rage. Wood and Water Rage.
Yeah.
I played that on my beautiful NES Classic Edition that I have.
Yes. Totally legit.
I said this
and paid for NES
in
Classic.
an online public video games forum that will remain nameless. That's not NeoGaf. Nintendo, I have a RetroPie emulator. Dear Nintendo. I could put all of these games on this. I may or may not have already, but I could put all these games on this. I have $80 that I want to give to you. So if you'll take it, I'll get the thing. But if you won't let me pay you for this, then I can't control what happens at that point, because I want to play these games and I want to pay you for them, because you deserve my money for the hard work you are putting into these things. But if you're not going to allow me to buy one, then fuck you. Like the thing that happened with the NES Classic was a fucking disgrace. And I'm worried it's going to happen again, because I've been on nowinstock.net with a little thing. Let me know when pre-orders went up. Pre-orders are up in like 10 other countries, not in the US. And I don't think they're going to do pre-orders for a while. And it's kind of crazy. And there was like people like, I got a pre-order. You can pre-order it from France and they'll ship it to the US. It's only like $20 more. I'm like, I thought about doing it because I want one. Also because I'd get the European version, which is badass. It has the
that looks cool. Buttons.
No, it has the actual cool like the tricolor buttons like the Xbox has. It looks better. It just looks
colors.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's the Famicom. So I don't know.
I have no interest in an SNES Classic at this point. It's just
it has Star Fox 2 on it.
Yeah, the game's so good they didn't release it.
I know, but it's like one of those things. It was rumored. It was like, this is fully complete. They just never put it out.
Star Fox 2, you mean the ROM they stole from the internet because, of course, they don't have the original files?
You know what's just insane is that they may have done that, because we already talked about this in the past, that one of the eShop Nintendo games, I think they actually fixed it. But originally, it was being sold with a bunch of ROM code in it from someone who had ripped it off of an NES cart. And it was not Nintendo that had done that. So people were like, they went on fucking emuparadise.net and downloaded a Mario 3 ROM, and we're like, here we are.
You mean they didn't go to Cool ROMs?
Oh, Cool ROMs are make sure to file a survey and you can download a ROM. Like, god damn those websites. You're not even legal what you're doing. Stop trying to get money out of me. That makes it less legal.
Yeah,
TJ's having fun with his Scott Pilgrim toys.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. I saw Scott Pilgrim for the first time this week.
Yeah, you saw the movie that's based on your life.
I didn't realize it was about a boy with severe schizophrenia, but apparently that's what it is.
Yeah. I fucking love that movie. That's up there for me. One of my faves.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm looking to see if I have the comics here.
I was not fully prepared for the unreality of the whole experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's off the wall.
It's so good. Yeah.
I don't even know if I actually have these. I think I lent them to someone. And now I don't have them.
I read them borrowed from the library. So.
Oh, smart. Look at you, millennial, going to the library.
It's called
I got
socialism.
a library card.
Did you know that millennials are the largest group of library goers below the age of like 60 or whatever?
I'll tell you why I got a library card this week. Because you can use you can use your library card to get free access to lynda.com courses and complete a bunch of resume building courses that usually cost a shit ton of money.
Woo!
So I'm going to take some programming courses and shit.
Awesome. Yeah, library cards are pretty cool. Power to the people.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so Scott Pilgrim's great. I don't know what else is there to say. The takes have all happened. How did you like the ending? So we can talk about the ending.
The original ending. The alternate ending was garbage.
The alternate ending was so at the end. Spoilers. Scott Pilgrim.
He saves the world, or he versus it, or something.
So he is like dating a girl, Knives Chow, and she's like a 17-year-old Chinese girl, schoolgirl, Catholic schoolgirl, and they're dating. And then he's like, "Hey, Ramona is this hot new lady, and she's my dream girl, and I like her." And then at the end,
like literally manic pixie dream girl.
He kind of has a choice between the two, and then the comics he picks Ramona, but that hadn't been completed before the movie was, so they shot two endings. depending on what they were going to decide. And they went with the ending where he ended up with Ramona, which is way better than him going back with a 17-year-old Chinese girl he treated like crap.
Yeah.
Which is like, I understand like the fan fiction love of that character, because in the comic books too, she's like way more fleshed out. You know, you see a lot more of her. But like, it's like, no, like that'd be like going Lord of the Rings and being like, oh, we got to the Mordor. Oh, yeah, let's just keep the ring. You know what? Let's not throw it in. Like, we did all this.
Yeah. It didn't feel earned. It would have only worked if like the rest of the movie had a bunch of reshoots too. Like,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
If the arc of the movie was like, oh, hey, I have realized that I should appreciate knives more, and if that like it was leading up to that, it would work, but it just wasn't.
Yes. Or maybe Ramona's like, oh, maybe she isn't, you know, she was just that, a dream girl, and not actually
it's like
what I wanted.
Hey,
but they didn't really have that.
I'm more than just this sort of like cartoon adventure girl that you see me as. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go be on my own or whatever.
Yeah. But they didn't go that way. I don't know. I love that movie. I love the ending. It's great. The comics are great. Now I'm mad that I can't find mine because I kind of want to read them again now I'm talking about it. Oh, but I had
a nice quick read too. Yeah. Maybe I'll let you borrow them, Matt, at some point.
Yeah, I'll have to learn how to read though. Hey, what else did you guys see this week?
TNC Surf Create Designs, Wood and Water Rage. Have you guys? Okay, you guys haven't played that, obviously, even though it was our game of the month. TJ's ROM of the month club ROM.
Yep. I've been busy.
Yeah, sure. Too busy to play a Nintendo game. To be fair, I played it literally 20 minutes before we started this, so I got it in under the wire. That game is hard, and it is
hard.
It is not a good game.
It's not.
It does not control well. Try and do the surfing part, and do it.
Garbage.
I was like, you start up and you're like, you hit a button, a direction, and your guy just flies off screen. You're like, all right, well, I'll try hitting the other button. And he flies off screen. You're like, all right, I'll try hitting the other button. Then he flies directly into the wave. You're like, well, that's not good. Like, there's no nuance to this. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things you have to play for hours and hours as a kid to figure out how to play, and I just don't have the time for it. So
you want me to? I'll stream this afterwards for 20 minutes and show you. At least I can somewhat beat the surfing levels.
Okay, so you got it figured out. But like at first blush, the controls are just like, how? And it would probably help if I was using an NES controller. I was using a Super Nintendo controller to control this. Don't ask me how. I was doing this all legally. I was using a Super Nintendo controller. Button layout slightly different. I do have an NES controller though that I can hook up. Anyway, no. What did you want to talk about, Matt?
I think he wants to talk about the
TNC Surf Designs Wood and Water Rage.
I wanted to talk about the 1-2 switch game that we played, where you guys were totally voguing on the catwalk.
Yes.
Who won that? Me, you ask.
I don't remember. I'd have to check the video. I do have video, and it will be on YouTube probably by the time this episode is posted.
Of the catwalk game. That's a fun game.
Did you do a little dance on the catwalk?
Yeah. The phone picking up game was really fun. The draw 1, 2, 3 draw, like fire game was really fun.
Yeah. Guess how many marbles?
That's a cool little game.
I was really seriously impressed by that.
I can't believe
how many marbles you're holding game.
Yes, the marbles thing is actually pretty cool.
It should have been included with the system.
Yeah, basically, it's a pack-in game. They should have packed it in. But they didn't.
That HD Rumble.
They should have charged 20. Well, Nintendo Land was a pack-in, correct, TJ?
Nintendo Land was a pack-in on the deluxe edition version of the Wii U.
Okay,
which at the time, it was $299 for the standard 8 gigabyte. It was $350 for the deluxe, the 32 gigabyte with Nintendo Land.
All right. So they had a pack-in with the Morrison. This system, no pack-in. You didn't need one. You bought Zelda, is what people did.
Yep.
Sorry, Matt, did I cut you off?
No, I was just reading this wedding photographer ad.
Don't read that. You're spoiling the surprise. TJ, Don't read it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. 'Cause I'm not
Good.
looking
It's the
at.
thing in the doc. Do not read it because there's a fun twist.
Don't read
All
the
right,
thing in the doc. Okay, got it. And also we played that game where we all lied to each other.
Yes,
I forget
that
what it's
is
called.
Faking It
Faking It.
on the
Yeah,
Jackbox
that was
Party Pack
cool.
3. Yeah, so it was you and me and my brother and Lance all were in a room. And basically the idea is, I think we talked about this on the podcast.
And
a little
TJ
bit.
was there too. You forgot about TJ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
TJ
I said
was
all
there.
of us.
Okay.
I said
No.
all of us. And then TJ, you're not
the
including
collective
yourself at all?
you.
TJ, Matt, I, my brother, and Lance were all there. No one else.
Okay, but I'd like
my
to be
cats-
listed
sorry,
first.
my
and
cats
Matt,
were
so if you
there.
could just do that over.
So anyway,
and the cats. TJ.
the game is pretty cool. You are given a bunch of different categories where like you'll have to hold up number of fingers, and it'll ask you a question like how many times have you farted today, and you have to hold up a number of fingers, and or like all sorts of things. Yeah, 5, 6. I can't even count. 10 for me. But the catch is one person in the group
Hey, you said but.
is a faker. And so what they get on their screen isn't the question, how many times have you farted today? They get
Hold up
try
a
to
number of
blend in.
fingers. Try to blend in.
hold
Yep.
up a number of fingers, try to blend in. And so the idea is that everyone has to vote and guess who the faker was. And it gets real fun because the faker has to fool everybody 3 times if you're playing with more than 3 people. And if they do that, they get a bunch of points. People that guess them don't. And it has to be unanimous, except for the faker, of course, his vote. So it has to be all but one vote, and then to out the faker. And sometimes it's really easy, and sometimes it's really hard. I don't know if TJ did, but I think Matt fooled everybody a bunch of times. I fooled everybody at least once. I think my brother fooled everybody once. Lance is really bad at that game for fooling.
How come it doesn't show me the question?
or he'll be just like,
well,
hey,
I guess
guys,
Lance is a
wait.
faker.
What does this mean? What, like, point at the person who has the biggest, like, head? You're like, oh, you can't say the question because everyone knows you're not the faker. Like, oh my God. It's a fun game, though. And it encourages you to, like, if the faker lie, accuse, do whatever it takes to get people to vote for someone else. Like, oh, they put up 3, but then they put 1 down, so they only had 2. They were lying, like they were trying to blend in. And then, yeah, it's a real fun game, though. It's really good. We played Use Your Words as well.
Yep.
That could totally be
Which I
something
want-
we could stream too over a call
Both
like this.
games.
Yeah.
Man, did I dominate Use Your Words, guys.
You did.
I was at house trick. What was it? House answers. I
Yeah.
was at house answers level where people were accusing mine of being house answers. They were so good.
Well, some of yours were house answers. Like you had the
Well,
exact
one of
same
them-
wording.
In one case, one of them was exactly a house answer, slightly spelled differently. Or I
had a
used
you,
period.
you had different
I put a period.
punctuation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, shit. Yeah, oh, TJ just died. Oh, he's back.
What?
Your screen went black for a second.
Oh yeah. That's racist. Please stop.
You're right. I'm sorry. Guys, this is an intervention. Sorry, your screen was African American for a second. But yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I hate that game in some ways. I really like it, but it frustrates me because it is a little buggy, and you can kind of tell it was a Kickstarter game a little bit. And
First update's coming out soon. It's
okay,
gonna...
I mean, it's such a good concept though, and they have such good stuff. I feel like they need to add more content because I have seen some doubles of images now, and I've only played like 4 or 5 times. So whereas with Jackbox, they got a lot like in those games. It feels like
the next thing that's coming out, just because I happen to still follow it, is going to add, I think, around I want to say it was somewhere around 200 to 500 more prompts.
Yeah.
It will add the fuck.
TJ's live solving a Rubik's Cube right now while talking.
No, I'm just messing with it, and now I fucked it up. Fuck. Not
All
gonna
right,
do
you
that.
can't
TJ
swear
fucked
on
up
the
his
internet.
Rubik's Cube.
All right. So they're adding 500 more prompts. They are adding 2 things to speed up the game. You can turn off house answers.
I hate
Oh, thank God.
the house answers in that game.
I like the strategy that having house answers.
I hate the strategy because then I
brings
feel
in.
like I can't vote for something I think I really liked because I'm worried it's a house answer. I can understand having a house answer if you have a small group. When you have a big group, 5, 6 people, it's like we don't really need the house answer in there because then it takes longer to say it. And God damn, did Lance use the word? What was that? Quite a bit. Twat.
Did he use twat? Yeah, it was twat. Every other answer
really
was twat.
like that word, and it was funny because I was kind of like, oh, "That's dumb." And then by the 7th prompt that he had put that in there, I really started laughing. To the point where he almost won a game in the final round because everyone voted for one of his, and he caught up to me. Oh my God. Legit strats in that though, but
yeah,
I don't like that metagaming because I don't know. That's just me.
Every game has metagaming,
and it takes too long.
Yeah, and
I guess
there's another part of the update that makes everything go quicker too. So
yeah, it's good though. It's a really good game. Definitely worth buying if you don't own it. Like I would definitely recommend it.
Currently on sale on both Steam and PS4 right now. You
nice.
got it before it went on sale.
Well, how much is it on sale for?
$6 with a plus.
Oh fucking A, dude! I spent 15 on that. God damn, well, that's fine. Fair enough.
I did not know it was gonna be on sale. So
it doesn't matter. It was worth it for me to buy it because we all played it together, and that's like the only reason you buy it is to play it with someone else. So, we'll stream some of that after this, I think.
Yeah,
or something, or another
something.
Game.
I'll stream it on my PS4 now that I have it on PS4 as well. It'll probably be less buggy than my 360 or Xbox One version.
Yeah, the PS4 didn't seem too buggy. It didn't crash, at least. But it still had some connection issues, I think. It isn't as good. But anyway, sorry, what else did you want to talk about?
Did you guys talk about Wonder Woman when I was on the phone?
Absolutely not.
So I saw a movie, and I think it's the movie everybody wants to hear about. It's called The Burning Dead. It's about zombies that come out of a volcano. And also Danny Trejo is playing a Native American man. And it's pretty bad. And you can watch it for free on Amazon.
So I saw the movie Lost in America, the Albert Brooks comedy, which I had already seen, but Lauren hadn't. And it was my turn to pick a movie, and I chose that one over the Apes movie. I still want to see the second Apes movie.
Apparently that trilogy is really good.
They all have a
but
collective
nobody's seeing it.
% Rotten Tomatoes scores, and I really like the first one.
I like the first one too, but how many people do you know that have seen all of them?
Nobody, but they're apparently amazing. And I love the original Planet of the Apes Heston movies. It's one of my favorite kind of series. So it's I like him, and I like Andy Serkis. So, and the new one's got a 98 in Rotten Tomatoes. It's supposedly this is amazing. It's not really a summer blockbuster because it's really sad. And it's kind of about civil rights and stuff. And you're like, man, kind of want to see this Ape movie.
I watched The Purge 2, Anarchy.
The Purge 2, America 2018. That's what it's called now.
Johnny has a little use your words comment. He says the game always devolves into metagaming, which is why he tries to stay constantly vulgar, which is completely true when I play with him. So
that is true.
You and me
if
too,
you stay
Johnny.
vulgar, I don't know. I always try and challenge myself to try and not go vulgar. It's something I've done since I was I still do improv, I guess, but not as much as I did. Is always try and not be vulgar because it's harder, but it also ends up being funnier. I mean, you can get good cheap laughs, with stuff, but if you can come with a really well-crafted joke, you can actually tell your parents. It's worthwhile as well.
Or if it's 1 a.m, just make all your jokes about being lonely and dying alone, and that really resonates with the 1 a.m. crowd.
Doing that, it works.
Crippling depression works for a lot of for a lot of answers.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, we gotta talk about the woman.
The wondrous of all women.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman!
First of all, great actress.
Why?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Why did she hate America and wasn't wearing her America outfit?
She was never in America.
That was the Fox News punditry morning show thing. It was
Really?
like, all right. First off,
Jeez.
Wonder Woman
Okay,
had
let's
the
not
American
even let's not
outfit.
even talk about those guys, because like
I'm just saying.
that's the kind
The
of thing
American
where
Yep.
somebody. It's the same thing that happens on Twitter where somebody says something dumb, and then everybody's talking about them saying something dumb, and it just amplifies their
totally.
dumb message.
It's an outrage circle being used for stupid. Anyway, Wonder Woman only ever had her American outfit on the TV show that Linda Carter did. I mean, like, that was kind of that thing. But anyway, yeah, Gal Gadot, TJ. Wowzers, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she was captivating as fuck.
Yeah, she's a great lady.
And I'm not even just talking about her look. She's a fucking good actress.
Yeah,
she
no.
played that well.
She was just
Excellent action, excellent fighting. It felt believable. She's very, like, you could see her killing a lot of people. I mean, she was in the military, I guess, in the Israeli military, because they make everyone be in the military for a year or whatever.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
And just like the little moments of comedy that they threw in there, like
I
she's
think
just so
my
charming.
best way of describing this movie is that it was like, it's a lot like Thor, because it's kind of like an origin story of someone making like their way to the real world and like kind of doing that.
Like that weird fish out
It's
of
just
water
like
stuff.
Thor, but better, basically.
So,
I like this more than Thor for sure.
Would you say that she's making her way downtown, walking fast? Ace is fast and she's homebound?
Yeah,
Why?
I'd say that.
I'm not getting that reference.
That's lyrics to A Thousand Miles by Jennifer Carlton or whatever her name is.
Okay. Sure.
Making my way downtown, walking fast.
TJ, you got that. Nobody else got that. Somebody got that in the audience.
TJ has had a beer tonight, so he's
he
gonna
has
be
had
a little bit.
beer.
He's gonna be a little bit wild and
soda
crazy.
and hard soda.
One.
Yeah. So they. Oh, I gotta crack out. You left your iced tea. Your
Yeah, I did.
Twisted tea, 24-ounce giant can.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I should go back and drink it.
Yeah.
And then drive back. I
Should
should
be
drive
like a
back.
headache in a can. Like
Yeah,
there's
basically.
so much sugar in that.
Oh yeah. Perfect for TJ.
They'll put me at a BAC of like 0.02 and I'll be insane.
So Wonder Woman was great. I really liked it. I was glad I was somewhat tempered in my expectations by a lot of people saying like, okay, but it is a really great superhero movie, but it is a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's not like, oh, this is a mind-blowing movie. It's just a really good one of those movies, which I would
All
agree.
the complaints that I had about it were basically just trappings of the superhero genre.
Yep.
Like
Yep. All
the
my
big
complaints were like, oh, they had to do that.
climactic fight and like the villain that won't shut up and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah, the
okay,
stuff-
I've seen this a thousand times before. But the
we can
characters.
spoil the ending, right?
So Professor Lupin.
That's what I said. I was like,
I totally called that he was gonna be
yeah.
the villain about halfway through.
Yeah, it was just kind of like one of those things that was like, why did they have? This is spoilers. I mean, it's already too late. TJ spoiled it before I gave the spoiler warning. So, but it's been out for a month. It's just that like, why even have it be someone we saw in the background? Like, it's just like, because if it was like, oh, what a twist. It was like, all right. I mean, he could have just been, he could have just showed up and been like, I was behind this the whole time. And it didn't have to be like, because I didn't really care about that character.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, oh my God, what a betrayal.
It's
like,
it's World War I, and Wonder Woman's like, Ares is behind this because there's the legends amongst her people that Ares will come and cause a great war and somebody will have to stop him. So she's like chasing down these, I guess, German scientists. I kept having to remind myself that they're not Nazis yet because it's World War I, but basically they're movie Nazis. And
Yeah.
she kills the person that she thinks was Ares. He's not, and it ends up being this other random dude who's on like the British intelligence side. I think a better twist would have been just like, there is no Ares. This is just how people are. Deal with
Yeah,
it.
that's what I wrote in our little thing here. I was like, I think a better ending, and it kind of is what Chris Pine says.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no Ares. This is just people did this to people. Like, there's no. This is just people can be bad.
Yeah, like there didn't need to be a big like one-on-one fight at the end.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, this movie's got a really powerful message. Like, holy crap. Like, sometimes the worst thing is ourselves. Oh no, actually it was Ares. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. No, but he even says, like, I didn't have to do too much, you know. I just gave him some suggestions.
Just a whisper here and there. Yeah, but then like
okay.
when he's defeated, all of a sudden like
the
Americans and the Germans are like hugging each other and shit.
Yeah.
So it got a little wonky at the end there.
Yeah. It's still really good though. Like some of the fight, like that No Man's Land scene where she goes over. That was originally going to be cut.
Really?
Yes, the DC movie executives said, "No, we're not going to do that. We don't need. We can't. We're not going to film that. Let's not do that. It doesn't make sense." And the director was like, "No, this is the moment she becomes Wonder Woman."
That is, yeah, that was super powerful.
Makes sense. And
so
boy, that was one of the best parts of the movie.
They're in like a trench standoff where I guess they've been there for over a year and they've like gained an inch, and so they're talking about like how dangerous it is, and like, hey, and then she's just like, fuck it, I'm going out there, and she's running across this no man's land, and then all of the allies see her doing it, and they're like, fuck, we're gonna go too, she's our leader, follow her. And it ends up being this big like victorious charge that liberates a town, and everything ends up happily for them forever at the end.
Everything happily for one day.
Nothing bad happens to that town.
So, how many people did she freaking kill?
So many.
She killed a lot of people.
She wasn't killing people at first, and then once the town thing happened, she started murdering everybody. So
you don't think she killed any Germans in the No Man's Land?
I don't think so. Honestly,
I think she did.
Not killing.
Wasn't she deflecting bullets back at them?
I don't think they were back at them. I think they were just being deflected. I don't know. I took it as a point where she was trying not to kill as many people as she could. It was more like punching people, but
incapacitating.
Yeah, like there's no like cutting people with a sword. She never really did that until after a thing happened, you know, and
because
it was really good.
We're gonna pull spoilers.
We don't need to get deep in the weeds on this. I think it was probably my favorite superhero origin movie since Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like all the other ones haven't been quite as good. I like Guardians of the Galaxy more, but that's not I wouldn't call it an origin story.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of around at that point.
I guess Deadpool is an origin story, but
Deadpool is really good.
Different. That didn't really feel like it was literally an origin story, but I don't know. It feels like a different kind of thing.
I don't know if I like Deadpool more than this. I think I do, but it's so different because Deadpool is very much trying not to be a superhero movie, whereas this is very much trying to be like, hey, this is like all of the Marvel movies, and he did a very good job. But have you seen the reviews for Spider-Man?
No. Are they bad?
It's universally acclaimed.
Oh,
I had a feeling.
One of the reviews says this is more John Hughes movie than Marvel movie, and I was like, oh, good. That is
exactly Spider-Man
the correct way. I'm excited to see this now. So
John Hughes movie, like this is gonna be like the Peter Parker Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. He's like,
or is this gonna be closer to like
his dad Candles? Beat him up? I mean, he's like Amelia.
This is where Uncle Ben burned me with his cigarette butts.
Yeah. No, it sounds like it's just kind of like, oh, he's a teen. He does stupid teen stuff. That sounds good though. That's nice. I'm excited. I really hope it sounds like it isn't super marvelly. People were like, this script is really witty and fun, and I'm surprised 6 people wrote it. And it didn't feel like 6 people wrote it. So,
And then at the
That's
end, there's an epic battle where the fate of the entire planet hangs in the balance.
every time. No, I don't know. I'm more excited for it now. I'm really excited to see Baby Driver. I think I might have to see that this weekend because I love Edgar Wright, and I'm all excited to see his new movie. And it's also universally acclaimed from what I've seen. So I think the Rotten Tomatoes for that's above 90 as well. So car chase musical movie sounds good to me. Summer's been really good though for movies this year. Like there's been a lot of good stuff. Not a lot of floppers.
Yeah, there was Boss Baby. There was
Terminator 5, or no, sorry, Transformers 5.
Yeah,
Fucking
there was
They're the same movie.
Last night.
the Amy Schumer one.
Oh boy, I think that thing tanked, right?
I don't
Oh
know.
my
I
God.
assume so because
I
I
look-
saw a couple of previews for it and then it just dropped off the face of the earth, and that usually means bad things.
I want to see. Yeah, Snatched. Here we go. Box Office Mojo. That movie made 58 million worldwide, and oh my god, fucking dude, who made this movie? Sorry, that movie cost $42 million to make somehow. Like comedy, like how?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's
you're
just
not, you're not
salaries.
supposed to break.
Salaries. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to break the 30 million though with a comedy. Like
Goldie Hawn was in that, right? I'm sure she
Yeah.
doesn't come cheap.
No, she hasn't done a lot of movies. I mean, I like the casting, but the trailers did not set the world on fire for me. So,
Yeah,
Especially
Johnny in the
since
chat says big loss after marketing because those budgets never include the marketing budget.
no, they don't.
And
Yeah,
that
you
usually
always,
at
they're
least
always
doubles
like
it.
you double the budget, yeah, for the marketing. So, I mean, it just sucks because it's like, I don't know. I really don't like Amy Schumer's comedy that much. I really liked her show, and I really liked the movie she did, Trainwreck. But I'm not a big fan of her stand-up. She's like a female Jim Jeffries, who I also don't like very much. I think they're funny.
John
It's just not
spends a
my
lot
type
of
humor.
time making Amy Schumer takedown compilations to post
Oh
on
my god,
Reddit
dude! Oh,
about
that's the worst. I can say that it's
they
just
get
not
such a
my
hard
style
on
of
for
humor.
like yeah.
Oh my god! Fuck
I don't
off,
know what it is about like internet communities where they're like, we have to devote all of our energy to taking down this one particular person because fuck them.
I mean,
It's like
Yeah.
so-
comedians kind of
Yes.
do that too, though. Like, Amy Schumer has a problem with her image and personality, though, because she has a lot of beefs and feuds with other comedians that are pretty popular. Because I just think that she just doesn't get along with people. It doesn't seem like it, at least. She's not one of those people everyone's like, man, I love working with them. Like, it's like, yeah, she's funny. I like her. But, they're not going to like try and collaborate. It's kind of like one of those things. She's just a different type of personality. So I think it invites that. But, oh, man, fucking Louis C.K. as well with his Dane Cook stuff as well, where he was really taking down Dane Cook for some reason, and it did nothing to Dane Cook other than make Dane Cook mad because he
Yeah.
still sold out arenas, and it's like, I hate it when that kind of stuff happens, and it's like, he did not steal your joke. Like, I'm sorry, Louis C.K. I've heard both jokes. They're similar, right? But it can happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's two different circles here. It kind of didn't feel, I don't know, because sometimes you'll see comedians like Carlos Mencia has done this, where he'll steal full timing, bit, everything. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's a full joke, not a similar concept. And it's like, come on, Louis, come on, back off. He apologized and you still wouldn't back off. It's fucking ridiculous. Comedians are kind of uptight about that thing though, which I understand though. I mean, it's their business. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
the
if
livelihood.
If somebody stole your joke, you'd be like, well, that's my work. Like, that's what I come up with, and you can't just take it because you're more popular. Like, God damn it. Anyway, we have to move on because Wonder Woman patented, born in the 80s, 5 out of 5 star ranking scale. What do you want to give it?
Solid 4, I think.
4 out of 5. Very good hero movie. I would highly recommend it. It's also very refreshing because it's a lady who kicks ass, who isn't a stereotypical, I'm strong lady. I'm a badass cold lady, which is every superhero female character.
No, she proves her badassery. That's all it is.
She's just goofy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's just kind of like Thor. She's a little naive, you know, a little fun, a badass, demigod. You know, a lot of similarities there. So it's a good movie. Highly recommended. All right, what else we got to talk about? Somebody else go. I've been talking.
I bought Shadow of Mordor for $4, and that seems wrong, but I did it, and it's totally worth every penny. Like,
Yeah,
I can't believe that it's that cheap. Just like
Well,
thinking about the giant
2 years?
teams of
2.5?
people. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the sequel,
it has been a while.
it's coming out this fall, so I think they're really trying to get people in on it. Man, I'm tempted to just buy it right now. I mean, it's $4. You know, that's like
do it, man.
That's a coffee at
It's like-
Starbucks.
I'm not even like going through it correctly or like following the story quests. I'm just like murdering orcs until I die, and like the story mechanic of the guy just resurrects every time he dies.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, well, there's no consequences to dying, so I might as well just try to murder as many orcs as I can, and then die, and then revive, and do it again.
There are quite a few consequences.
There are quite a few consequences for dying.
That you haven't seen yet.
Well,
Because when you get killed by a warlord, they level up.
yeah.
they're
Well,
harder
there's
to
that,
kill.
but then I just hunt them down and I murder them.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. What I love about the way that mechanic though works in that game, Matt, is that it doesn't feel like horrible when you get killed. You know, it happens. You have to go back someplace. It's whatever. You died. You know, it happens. The game is hard. It is not easy. You will die, especially early on because you don't have a lot of powers.
It's built into the story of the game, which is nice.
Correct.
It's not just like you fucked up, resetting, go.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's
you were supposed to die because that's
awesome.
what this dude does.
Yes. And then you get to that orc who constantly is killing you. And you'll be running out in the field trying to go off to do something. And he'll come across you. And you're like, God damn it. It's this guy again. He keeps killing me. And they'll talk about it because the Nemesis system will just be like, oh, want some more? I thought I took care of you. And you're like, God damn it. I want to kill him. And then, of course, sure enough, I'll get into the fight with him and be doing okay. And then some fucking other warlord will show up and start attacking me. It's like, no, I'm going to die again. This guy keeps getting the fucking one over on me. Oh, God. I love it, though. The Nemesis system is so cool in those games. Like,
yeah.
I think a lot of people...
I get more into like their strengths and weaknesses. And like, I had one dude that was afraid of those charger beasts. So I scared him off with one of those, and then the next time I ran into him, he's like, "Oh, not so tough without your beast." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh my God. There'll be some where it'll be like, "Oh, this one's immune to like attacks," and you're like, "What?
What?"
Yeah. When you get deep in that game, it starts being like, he is immune to not like attacks. I forget what they are. They're like your powerful like takedown attacks or whatever that you can do. And so it's like, oh, how do I kill him then? You have to like use environmental things to take care of those guys then, or you know, do other things. It gets a lot deeper, and it sounds like the sequel is even more deep in that respect with stuff like that. Like, I mean, you know, for guys like that, you can end up doing something where you take over another warlord and have him go face that guy and like do a lot of damage to them, and then that way you can finish him off. It's just, I don't know. The game is so complex and cool, and $4, what a steal. Steam Summer Sale Steal of the Year, I think, for sure.
For
Anyway,
sure.
how far are you into it, Matt?
I killed a bunch of orcs, and then I met Gollum, and that's
Okay.
as far as I went.
Not
I
too
followed
far.
him to a cave, and then I
The
followed him
second
out of
area
a
is pretty
cave.
cool. When you get out of the
area?
yeah, when you get out of the Mordor area, it's a different scenery.
Do I
It's,
go into like actual Middle Earth proper?
less Mordory,
Okay.
more green. It's a cool game. It's neat.
I want to get to a place where orcs are like rarer, where they're not just like everywhere. So I can.
Where does it fit into the
breathe.
timeline? Because I actually don't know.
Between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Because
Because the idea is that Sauron is amassing his army of orcs, and so they're all kind of just hanging around in their war bands. And you're like, and they've taken, I believe your character's from Gondor, and his like castle is destroyed by orcs, and his wife and kid are killed, and he is too, actually, I think, right? And then he comes back.
Yeah, he's killed.
but for some reason
Yeah.
he keeps coming back, and I'm assuming
because he's
that'll be
a
revealed to me later.
ancestor of Celebrimbor, who was, I believe,
Who's now one of the ring wraiths?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Is that the wrinkly face
plot-
dude?
So what's crazy about Shadow Mordor, Matt? I don't know if you're a Tolkien nerd. I'm not, but I read Alexa Ray Correa, who writes for Polygon, wrote a huge article about the plot of Shadow of Mordor and what it has to do with Tolkien, and it is like straight up like Tolkien like canon lore. Like it's
nice.
out of Silmarillion like stuff. Like it's doing, and I actually wrote her after I read her article, and I was like, I really don't like reading the Tolkien books. I don't like his writing style, but I appreciated the world building. And after reading your article, I understand why people love him so much. Because it's like, he wrote like hundreds of thousands of years of history. Like it is just like all of this stuff. And it's like, this is like a really like deep world. And like, it's cool that this game like fits into that canon. Like, and it's nice, you know, like.
Just
cool.
think of Tolkien as the computer that developed your Dwarf Fortress world, and you're all set.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or just think of Tolkien in heaven, looking down, watching someone fucking straight up metal fucking music video murdering orcs. Like, what? He's like, this isn't what I wrote. I wrote about Bilbo and his friends going around on adventures. Like, anyway, but it's cool.
When
glad
did
you're
they
liking it.
negotiate alliances?
Speaking of Steam sale stuff, I played a game, Wolfenstein: The New Order, which I bought.
How are you liking it so far?
I bought that actually a long time ago. It was on sale, like maybe like 2 winter sales ago. But I hadn't played it till like right after E3. I was like, I had to play that. That game fucking rules. Boy, is that a good game, huh? I did not understand how good of a game that was until I started playing it. I was like, this is gonna be a shooter. And it's like, if you like Doom, it is a lot like that Doom game. It is fast, it is hardcore, it is like badass. Like the UI feels a lot like the same. I love that it is like stealth combat. It feels like Dishonored a little bit, where you're like sneaking around in first person, like jumping on top of Nazis and stabbing them in the neck, or conversely, if you get caught, fucking running through and like doing a crouch slide with 2 fucking assault rifles, just because like your left mouse button and right mouse button will both be triggers, and you'll just be fucking shooting with 2 guns. Like it is just a fun, awesome game, and the writing is really good. Like it is really cool. Like the world that they built, where the Nazis have taken over all of Europe and America, but you don't see that. I think it takes place in Europe only. I'm about halfway through the game, chapter wise, and I'm in London right now. And the like, it's just the group of like the characters, like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is a first person shooter game, but they're like distinct characters that I like, you know, that are like cool. And you know, it's not like Modern Warfare where it'll be like, okay, I liked what's his name? Who's the guy with the facial hair? Who's Price, Captain Price? You know, he was a cool character. I liked him, but that was about it. You know, that's all I could. 50 Cent voiced a guy, I think, in Modern Warfare 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no
Yeah.
character there like that is memorable. You know, I remember the set pieces from Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but I don't certainly remember the writing and story. So I don't know. This game, it's so good though. I highly recommend it. It's $10 on Steam right now. One of the games I did buy in the Steam sale, I bought 3 games, was the Old Blood, the prequel.
Yep.
Because I definitely am going to play through that. Because I heard it wasn't as good, but I'm now invested in that world and characters, so I kind of want more. And what else did I buy? I'll just go through it because I bought 3 fucking games. Like, not much to it. Like I said before, I bought so many games. I bought Borderlands 2 for some reason. Now that I'm looking at why did I do that? But I
own it for PC.
I own it for PS4. It was $5, and it's a really good game, and I want to play more of it. And Fallout 4 I had to buy. Finally. Because I have it on PS4, but it doesn't run super great, and it was $15. So,
Yeah, you got to be able to open those command lines to fix all
I spent $40
shit.
so far. I have another game in my cart right now. I don't even know what it is. Oh, Red Faction Guerrilla.
Okay.
Steam
Yeah.
edition. I played through most of the game on the 360, but $5. That's a really good game because you can blow up entire buildings, and it's really cool. I don't know though. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the deals aren't quite the deals they used to be. You know what I mean? Like the only Steam sale deal seems to be Shadow of Mordor. You know, like Witcher Wild Hunt Game of the Year is $25. Like, that game came out a year ago, only half off. I don't know. Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 is only half off. Fucking game has been out for what, 7 years now? Like, when did that come out? Like,
oh, it's fine. It'll go back up to 60.
I know. Rocket League, I feel like wasn't enough off either. $12.
It's normally 20. Yeah.
Couldn't it hit 50% off? Like, get below the 10? I don't know. I feel like the Steam sales don't have the punch they used to. I guess it would for Matt though, because Matt is someone who wasn't way into.
Because I
PC
don't have
gaming.
1,000 games.
Exactly. So like you're like, oh man, Batman Arkham Asylum only like $3. What a great deal! And it's like, well, yeah, I played through the whole thing. Like, I already bought it when it was $10. So, but for you, that's an exciting deal. For me, it's kind of like, meh.
I have yet to play any of the Jason Bateman Arkham Knight games, or Arkham Asylum, or City. None of them.
Arkham Asylum is really good. That's the only one I played, and that's one of the 5 games I've beaten in the last decade, like all the way through. So it's a really good game. I rented them on GameFly. That's how old it is. How much is Transform Ice? Do people still play Transform Ice?
I don't know what that
What is that?
Is Transform Ice free? Matt, can you look up? Oh, it is free to play. Have you heard of the game Transform Ice?
Nope.
Okay. I love Transform Ice. I think they must have made it a phone version as well.
It's also on Congregate.
It is. Yeah. So Transform Ice, Matt, is an amazing game because basically you are a mouse and you're tasked with getting to the cheese. And you're in a room with like 30 other mice and you have to get to the cheese and finish the level. And usually the level will have stuff in it like a little like teeter-totter like thing that'll tip over if too many mice get on one side and everyone dies. Can you imagine playing that game with 40 other people without any sort of voice chat or communication? It's fucking nonsense because everyone will just end up like running over and then the thing will tip and everyone will run over. It's just like, it's like fucking nonsense. I used to play that a ton when I was on Congregate and like it just, and then one person will be the shaman and they get like a special power. The shaman mouse gets special power. They can like use a wind blast to push people. And usually the person just shoves everyone off the edge because that's what you do when you're the shaman mouse. You're just an asshole. And then everyone dies and the next level plays. And I don't know. It's just like one of those fast-paced like games where just like you're in a group of 40 people and everyone's fucking each other over, whether through incompetence or actual trolling. But it doesn't really matter because it's free and it doesn't like there's no winner. It's just like a fun like social kind of thing. But one of my favorite things to do when I play it would be turn the sound off and then put the song from the start of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the Danny Elfman like Rube Goldberg machine song, and just put that in the background. It's the perfect background noise to. I learned that from the podcast Idle Thumbs. They had talked about the game. And they were like, just put that manic Danny Elfman music on in the background and watch these mice all fly off to their own death on loop, and you will like have a good time. So sorry, I just saw that in my Steam queue and I was like, oh shit, that was a fun game, free to play. All right, TJ, you should talk.
TJ played VR. How was your VR experience?
Yeah.
Oh my lordy. That
Looking
was
40.
such a great experience.
Ah,
So now I am one of the few people in the world who truly believed in the power of VR before even experiencing it. And it took every bit of my brain power to understand that I was still in real space when my brain was in this other space. Holy
yeah, it could
crap.
be. I think over time you get more used to having that sort of split awareness, but yeah, it's definitely a weird trip to get used to.
It definitely is. I could see why people get motion sick. I could see why people whatever. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. We did a bit of the Valve's lab in there. We did I did some of Job Simulator. I think those are the only two I did, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we went beyond that. But yeah.
At least with the Vive, you get to the point where, your experience with the world, you're there. You're just there. Ooh, hiccups.
Yeah, it's like most Vive games, you won't even need a tutorial because everything's just sort of intuitive the way you interact with it, just like it's a real object.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just reminds me when I played Job Simulator. I think Matt, you remember this. I was like, I got to go find something down there, and I like tried to steady myself on like a shelf in the game, and I was like, oh shit, it's not there. I'm just out in it's like, man, it's immersive. Like it really has that effect. What games did you play?
Well, for Job Simulator, I did the cafe, whatever you'd call that. I did the kitchen, and I did the business. And then for the lab, I think I did just about all the stuff except for some of the boring ones around the side.
Yeah, we skipped the human body one and the workshop.
There were 3 of them over there, but yeah. I mean, I started off with the slingshot. I did the archery. Man, I want to do that archery game you were streaming a while back. The one where you warp to different spots.
Yeah.
One where you're killing spiders.
Is that Quiver?
Yeah,
but
it's like completely different now, and I haven't. I think it's in like a beta state that you have to pay for now, so I haven't done that yet. But they definitely changed a lot. So I kind of wish I could go back and like play that pre-alpha. Just have waves of spiders come at me and shoot them dead.
Yeah. Did you play Job Simulator, TJ?
Yeah. I did Job Simulator. I did both the kitchen and the business.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think those are the 2 I did as well. No. I did
You did convenience store
and the office. I think I did the kitchen. That is that is the game I want to play the most. I think though, like out of all of them, like
that one's as far as having like the most interactive. Like everything is
Just like the most
interactive.
like fun, like dumb shit, like fucking around, you know?
Yeah.
That's,
And now I want to get the Rick and Morty garage game that they put out
oh, I
a
think that's
couple
on
months ago.
sale.
Is it?
Yeah, virtual reality is on sale. Yeah. On Steam right now.
Yeah, I need to get that because I binged all of the Rick and Morty's over the past like week or so. So now
It's
I'm
not
fully...
really. I guess it's not on sale that much. It's $23. So
oh man,
30.
that's kind of a lot.
It's not that a lot.
Well, I paid $4 for Shadow of Mordor, so everything's warped
I
now.
I'm just saying, in terms of games, $30 is not that much, and 24, I guess, after or 23 after that is.
The thing is, I have
Anyway.
to like delete the part of my brain that remembers all the playthroughs I watched of it, so that I can be surprised by it.
I haven't watched it. So, it would all be new to me, but I don't know. I still don't have the money. I mean, I do. I don't want to spend the money on VR. It's too much for me yet.
It could be a wedding present for you from
Yeah,
yourself
I'll put that
to
on the
yourself.
registry.
We don't want toasters. Just pitch in for our Vive.
Yeah. Just everyone pitch in, whatever you're going to spend on a toaster, put it in the Vive. Do it. Yeah. What's next? Sorry. I got to get back to the doc. I was on Twitch. We have a viewer. We have an viewer.
And viewer.
That's just
we
me.
have a couple. Well, anyway, on the notes.
Did we finish really? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, did we finish really talking about the SNES Classic other than our little rant?
I don't think
no,
so.
but we could talk about that.
This is gonna come as a surprise, but I think we got sidetracked.
TJ?
Us sidetracked? No.
SNES
No.
Classic. TJ, I put that in the news. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Besides the fact that the announcement just ruined my day. Absolutely ruined it.
Oh, but it made everybody else so happy.
No, I work in retail, and SNES Classic is just. I'm not going to use this hyperbole lightly, but it triggered the PTSD of the NES Classic, where I just get to sell disappointment to everybody, and I'm personally not happy with that. I don't like disappointing people. I don't get joy from saying, "You can't have it." No, I really don't. So SNES Classic is getting packaged with 2 remotes. We are getting the most inferior version because our SNES looked like garbage, and so did our controllers compared to everyone else's.
We had the dumb purple color scheme instead of the awesome rainbow color scheme.
Yeah, the 4 colors were great. It's going to be packed in with 21 games, including the previously unreleased Star Fox 2.
Oh, it's only 21, so it's going to cost less, right? Because it's less games?
No, it's going to cost more. We're looking at $80, $79.99 US dollars.
To be fair, it does come with a second controller, and as long as the cords are longer than a foot, then I'll be happy.
They are 5 feet long.
Oh,
they're double the length.
Still didn't get to the 6 feet, huh? All right.
Did not get to the 6 feet long, and
5 feet at least is playable. 2.5 feet.
It is.
Sorry.
It is confirmed that the bottom of the connection on the controllers is the connection for the bottom of the Wii controller. So if I were to get one of these units, I can use those controllers as my classic controllers again.
Which is nice.
Yep. So in terms of the non-Nintendo showings, because I was doing this at work in my head, I was just trying to figure out what are they trying to license in that isn't their first party. So on the Square side, we've got Super Mario RPG, even though that's kind of a collab. We have Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy 3. And Final Fantasy 3, better known as Final Fantasy 6.
Yes.
No Chrono Trigger, sadly, but I had a feeling they had to pick, and that was the 3.
I think that Chrono Trigger Square was like, it's going to make you're going to have to charge more. We're going to ask for more than we would with Final Fantasy 3.
Because I think they still print Chrono Trigger for the DS.
Yep.
I really think they still do.
Oh god, that DS version is so good.
It is.
Oh fucking A, that's such a good game. I put hundreds of hours in that game. One of my favorites.
On Konami's side, looks like we've got a Contra 3, the Alien Wars. That's theirs. We've got Super Castlevania 4, and
that's Capcom though, isn't it? Castlevania.
Is that Castlevania?
Oh no, I don't remember.
That's Konami.
Okay.
I think it's Konami.
now I've questioned you. I'm gonna look this up.
Because Capcom has Mega Man X, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and the Street Fighter.
I think you may be right. I thought for Castlevania, is that
Yep.
Konami? You're totally right. You're
created
totally
and
right.
developed by Konami.
You're totally right. I was
Yeah.
thinking of something else. I was thinking of Ghouls and Ghosts.
Now, I just did that off the top of my head. Is there anything else in that is not Nintendo first or second party? So Earthbound is second party.
As is Donkey Kong Country is kind of, I mean, Rare.
It's a second party at the time, and then we
Yeah.
got the two Kirby games, which are also HAL, so that's second party.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, but yeah, that was.
I mentioned that, yeah.
Super Punch Out, that's Nintendo. Yeah, it's mostly Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo had a lot of great games.
Yes, they did.
Boy, this is basically every game you would want, but Chrono Trigger.
Oh, Chrono Trigger, yeah.
Which is interesting. It's like, man, that's it. And Star Fox 2.
There are a few others, because if you kind of go back to our podcast, we kind of talked about a few other, because we talked about if they made an SNES Classic, what would they put in it? Evo Search of Eden was good. The Act Razors are both missing.
Yep, Evo was one of my faves.
Trying to think
Act
of others.
Racer would have been one I would have thought they would have been able to get, but again, I think they really didn't do a lot of I mean, NBA Jam, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's got quite a bit more complicated history.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's
Midway's gone, and
there's a lot of really good stuff that they could have put in, but I mean, this is really good. You know.
Yeah, it's
so. $80. They, as I talked about this before the podcast, I had looked to pre-order it as soon as it came out, and I kind of sat on that page refreshing it, and it is not available for pre-order anywhere right now in the U.S. In other countries, they've already put pre-orders up, but not in the U.S. And it's kind of disappointing because it was. I would like to pre-order this, Nintendo. Can you please let me pre-order this? Because
Nintendo has confirmed that they are producing more than the NES Classic.
They said
I don't think they
significantly more.
Are you sure they said significantly more? I'm
sure they did, because people are like, we're worried about that, and we're like, we know that this will be more popular because the Super Nintendo is more popular.
Significantly more could just be 25% more, which is not enough.
I think that they also put the end date at the end of this year as it.
Yep.
And I think
they
the
will
other
not
thing
produce it.
I think the other thing I really like about this coming out is that this will be not the insanity that the NES Classic was, because it's also not coming out so close to the holiday. Right? Didn't the NES Classic come out like late October, early November?
It was November.
So it was like, this is the Black Friday thing, get for your kids. Get it for the holidays. Whereas this is it's going to come out in late September. So hopefully they'll the only demand early will just be people that really want one right now. And then the holiday demand will come later for people who want to buy them for their kids. So it won't all be crushed together into one craziness.
I'm already getting the calls.
Oh, I'm sure you are. It's insane. Nintendo's fucking the worst company in the world. How can they not put these made to order? They're obviously making a profit on every single one of these. Like, can they not build this made to order? Like, take the pre-orders now, make the amount you need. I don't give a fuck. People want to buy this
one. On this one, I do believe that they're making a profit at this point. I don't think the second batch of NES Classics they made a profit.
No, they just did that
That-
because people were pissed.
I had a feeling they made that at cost because of the renegotiated contracts with
Yep.
the licensors.
Mhm. They also said that they are not planning on selling it next year, but they wouldn't say that it would be never be sold again. You know what I mean? They're like,
It's everything about this just reeks of causing me personal pain. Nintendo has made it their job to cause me personal anxiety, personal pain. I'm wearing a 3DS shirt and they are hating me. They're hating me personally.
yeah, they're being really really mean to consumers and to
Now-
store owners.
I've got Reggie's phone number and I'm gonna call him right now.
Okay.
On my Xbox One controller, and or I'm gonna talk to him directly and ask him why he hates me. Reggie, I don't know where my ear is anymore.
Reggie.
Hey,
Does
it's
amazing
me,
things
Reggie
for you.
Dizame.
I'm a really
Woohoo!
tall guy.
I'm 80 feet tall.
How many feet does that man have in his height? Man, feet.
I think that they need to mandate that every NES Classic, SNES Classic controller length is his height. Minimum. Got to give us at least 6.5 feet on that controller.
We gotta have at least
Reggie.
one Reggie on these controller cords.
Yeah, we gotta be one Reggie away from the TV to play. I kind of like it pisses me off too, because I literally spent like way too much time thinking about it and worrying about pre-ordering it. And like, oh shit, am I gonna get a notification in the middle of the night and have to wake up and fucking scramble to try and buy one of these? Like, I hate that. Nintendo, make it easy to pre-order. How hard is this? I don't know. It just bothers me.
I mean, keep in mind, and I don't think we've really talked about this yet. The Xbox One X is still not pre-orderable at GameStop. I think a lot of places haven't done it. I think Amazon might have done some pre-orders, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of like fucking. That's not as bad because I don't think people are going to buy that. And I think we were really down on the price of that. And then hearing Phil Spencer talk about it, it made a lot more sense to me, basically. Because he went on Giant Bomb's podcast where he was talking about, or not their podcast, their E3 show. And he sat down and had an interview and he was like, think about this as the people that run out and buy the 1080 for their computer.
Yeah.
This is for
it's
the
a
people
power console for power users
that really just have to have the fastest shit possible. They can afford 500. We should allow them to buy it, but everybody else can still use the old one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're the type of person who wants the best experience, you can get that now. And if you're someone who just wants to play the games and it's still a great experience, you buy the other one. Like, it's just kind of the idea. And that makes a lot more sense then, because it's like, well, it's the early in the chat they changed the name for the Xbox One X so that it would be Xbox, the Xbox B1, Xbox. I'm calling it the Bone X. Because fuck you. You let the X Bone thing happen. You get to live with it. That was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to hear Phil Spencer talk about that too, because he was like, maybe there was a little bit of that too in the name. We wanted to move away from the X Bone.
I can't wait for the X Bone XXX.
I want the X Bone X420X. That's what I'm waiting for.
Smoke weed every day.
I was gonna make a joke about it, like Xbox 360 no scope, but that's kind of like already a thing that happened. The Xbox 360.
Yeah.
They're just going. They're leaning in. They know their audience. So good for them.
I did just have Mountain Dew. My Doritos are in the other room, so that's a thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shut up, cat. Jesus.
Yeah, fuck that
Both
cat.
yelling. I'm upstairs. So anyway, she's still yelling down there. We gotta move on.
In summary,
It's really distracting.
SNES Classic, meh.
TJ, it's not meh. I'm gonna buy one, if I can. But the Raspberry Pi situation is very easy, as I have found.
Yeah.
But to be fair to Nintendo, the interface that they had for the NES Classic and like all that was really good. Like it worked really slick. You know what I mean? Like it was a really well put together thing. So good for them. I think they had the manuals in there, like scanned. It was a really cool thing. So, I mean, it's better than anything you'd hack together at home without spending a lot of time. But it's I don't know, is it worth the trouble?
Maybe.
All right, let's talk about something stupid.
Fucking fireworks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want to do that first, or you want to talk about wedding photographers?
Oh no, you can talk. You can talk for the wedding photographers.
Okay.
There's explosions out here. It's freaking me the fuck out.
So somebody posted this on my fiance's Facebook wall. This is in Madison. All day wedding photographer needed, and then in parentheses, see details. This is insane. So we already have our wedding photographer picked out, everything. This is interesting, though.
It's me.
Hello.
I'm going to use my iPhone.
My fiance and I are getting married later this year and are looking for a wedding photographer. This is a joke. This has to be fake. Wedding photographer. We're hoping to find someone to document the whole day from beginning to end. Oh, all right. Yeah. Full day. You know, that's something. Not weird yet. We're specifically hoping someone will document the end, which we are finding difficult to find someone who will. See where this is going, TJ?
Yeah.
We both saved ourselves for marriage and understand our first time will be awkward, but do not think it will be that much more awkward for the photographer to be there, and we'd really like it documented in a beautiful and tasteful way. If you're okay with being with us the whole day, please send pricing and some examples of your work. Thank you. All right. I got to reply with a dick pic. Excuse me. That's my work. Like, okay. This has to be fake, though, because nobody goes on Craigslist.
I don't know that it is fake.
You know, I was thinking
this
fake,
is
but also
like...
you have to think about the naivety of someone who's never had sex before. Of like, oh, let's just get a photographer in there. Like, I don't know if you know that you want that when you get to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of one of those things. It's
that we were saving ourselves thing that makes it less believable. If it was like we're kinky like that and we want a boudoir photographer to document this, like that would be more believable. It's just strange. But there are definitely photographers you can hire to do this stuff. And I'm willing to bet that there's probably a ton in Madison.
I can't imagine anyone ever wanting this. What are you going to do with those photos?
Frame it. Put it on the fridge.
Like, what? Like, where is this going to happen? Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, who and what? Like, you're gonna have your wedding photos, and then you're just gonna have a dirty photo book. Like, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, these people must have like been sexting, though. You know what I mean? Fucking millennials.
I mean, it could be the guy just realizing he's not going to get any for the next 20 years, and wanting something to remember.
Yeah. And so he wants to get locked down.
So yeah, so he'll have his wedding album, and then his wedding album with the pictures stuck together.
Yeah.
Good job, TJ.
Someone had to go there.
Sorry, I'm just chatting with. I'm chatting with my brother about my broken ass car. He wants details. Yeah, I have
I
no
love broken ass cars.
my fucking ass car is broken again. That's 2 times in as many months. In as many months. Yeah, right? No, it all happened in June actually. 2 breakdowns in June. Yeah, fucking breaks now.
So will you be
Don't
getting
ever
a
buy
boudoir photographer for your wedding
a
night?
Ford. Yeah, so we already got one lined up actually. So
Are you looking forward to having sex for the first time?
we got someone from RedTube coming in. So yeah, we're gonna stream live stream.
Oh
You know.
God.
Yeah, you know. I don't know what I'm
It's
doing
gonna be an
personally.
exclusive stream for patreon.com/born in the 80s.
Yeah, Born in the 80s, patreon.com. You know, if you sign up. You know what? It's not too far off of what they allow on Patreon. Do they allow straight up just porn? Because a lot of Patreons I've seen are just like,
there's a
here's
lot of
some fucking anime, boo.
I think you
The
have to
Patreon.
have some sort of pretense of this is art.
But porn could be
it's
considered
also,
art.
Yeah. There's like lots of erotic, furry drawings and things on there.
Yeah. Erotic fiction a lot.
Pretty much.
Our
I am gonna
sisters-
say-
I think you can have a Patreon for pretty much anything as long as it's not illegal.
I am gonna say, if my wedding night was filmed, it would have been banned on RedTube.
Wow. Because there was no sexual content.
Yeah. I just took out some bobby pins. We fell asleep.
Yeah,
that's
what I hear is like the most common thing. Like it's fucking exhausting having
I
a
100%
wedding.
agree. Having been a couple that has gone on an involved vacation, when you get to the hotel room after you've been traveling all day or doing shit all day or hiking around, you're just like,
Fuck it, sleep.
I'm too tired. I can't be romantic right now because I walked all day. Like I'm tired, my legs hurt. Like, yeah, that's fine. I could understand having the gumption for it if you're someone who's raring for it, has
And all
saved
coked
yourself. Well, I know if you've never
that.
banged, or I can understand the enthusiasm, but if you've been living with someone for going on 8 years, it's not really that. I don't know. God damn it! I'm trying to. My brother's asking me how much it's going to cost. I don't know how much my fucking car
Focus,
fixing
John.
cost.
Focus.
They're like $600 fucking dollars.
Fuck you assholes doing?
Really wish that I didn't have to pay all this fucking money to own a car. Never buy an American car. Fuck's sake. I'm done with it. I am done with it though. It's the end. I'm just not.
It's the end of John's car, and he knows it.
I'm just done with buying American cars. I'm never going to do it again. The fucking Ford. I mean, they get to 100,000 miles and they just fall apart. They're not built to last. And I guess it's not that crazy when you think about it, because I've driven 70,000-ish miles on this car. But, and it's 10 years old. So, like, what do you expect to last forever? But it just bothers me because you see people in their fucking Nissan fucking Sentra from 1992 with 200,000 miles. I'm like, yeah, I just had to replace some of the parts, got the new muffler, like, what?
Yeah.
I have to, like, every fucking year I have to spend $1,000 on this thing, which is still cheaper than car
I'm pretty
payments.
sure my shitty Pontiac Sunfire is more than 10 years old and it's still going fine.
Yeah. Well,
Before that, I had a Toyota that was, oh man, how old was that? I think it was like 20 by the time it died.
Yeah. I killed my Sunfire. I sacrificed it to the car gods by running into someone. All right. Can TJ talk about his fireworks stuff before I go on a rant?
Yeah, TJ, what's your earliest memory of being afraid of fireworks?
All the time. Absolutely am. I have to watch them from far away and then I'm okay. But I was just looking randomly at the dock and something else completely came to mind, because just me randomly talking about my fear of fireworks and the fact that I freak out every time my neighbors are lighting them off. It's kind of a boring little rant, but I've got something a little less ranty. in the middle of John's rant, and it has nothing to do with his rant at all, I just noticed a number, and I want to talk a little bit about confirmation bias and coincidence theory.
Okay.
So, I want you both, just the two of you right now, to think of any number between 1 and 100. Okay?
Okay.
Anyone?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So you can tell me what it is. Go ahead, Matt, do yours.
73.
73. Okay, that's my favorite number, and it's also the one in his document. But John?
Wait, really? No. What?
Yeah, it is.
99.
That's why I thought of this.
Oh,
99.
shit.
Okay.
I was looking up earlier, and I was specifically not choosing 58 or 85.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's funny.
if you keep that number in your head, you're going to experience it in your life and remember that you've seen it more often than the numbers you didn't see. To the point where you think that number follows you and that number's special somehow, but it's not, and it never is.
Like
because
the Jim
throughout the
Carrey
day,
movie.
throughout the day, you will see massive amounts of information, massive amounts of data. And if you have any particular bit of information or bit of data, you'll remember those times that they'll flick up as a yes, your confirmation biases. But you won't remember like the ones that are just things that didn't trigger the number that you remembered. So they'll just go away and you'll lose that in your apparent sample set. So I think I see the number 73 all the time because it is my favorite number. And that's got its own story behind it. And I just noticed
Tell
it
us
in
the story.
Okay. So
73
back in
chicks
high
at the same time.
I'm lucky to get one. So when I was in high school, I did a lot of stuff with music and with a concert band. And I participated for 3 years in the Wisconsin All-State Band Weekend, which 1 year took place in Wisconsin Rapids. I was driving down there one weekend as a senior, and I had an old school GPS, the ones before turn-by-turn navigation, and all I had was a map. And I got lost because I had a MapQuest directions that I thought I followed to a T, but for some reason, the arrow pointing to where I was supposed to go was just starting to go a little bit too much, like back into the right. Just, I'm like,
Back.
I must not be going the right way. This is fucking scaring me. Glad I left early. So I got into a highway that looked like it was going the right way. Happened to be Wisconsin State Highway 73. And in my morning stupor, because this was still probably about 7:30 in the morning, I've been driving for 2 hours at the time. One of the signs that had passed me, which said Highway 73, in my blur of not paying attention, my mind tried to make sense of that sign and thought it said Highway TJ. Don't know how 73 turned to TJ, but it did.
Because you're a math major. You had some like beautiful mind shit going on.
Yeah.
You're seeing numbers as letters. They were calling
73. 73 has been my name and has been my favorite number ever since. And I see it all the time. But I always forget the numbers that aren't 73 because they don't matter. But I don't think I really see it more often than numbers that aren't 73. But I know so many people are like, oh, I got these numbers. I see it all the time. Or got these lottery numbers. They're always on the show, like every other one. You know, these are the numbers that pop up. No, that's your cognitive bias. That's your brain playing tricks with you because it tries to find patterns where there aren't none. Learn it. Don't learn it. You're fine.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I don't think of it that way, though, because I'm not a numbers person. But for me, it's like when I hear it, like I think of it, a new word, or like I hear a new word, or there'll just be a word that I'll suddenly hear all the time. You know what I mean?
And you'll see it. You'll hear it and see it everywhere.
Yeah, it's not any more showing up. I just am thinking about it. So every time I see it, I'm like, man, that's that word again.
The cool thing is, if you're aware of how your brain is broken in these ways, you could take advantage of it. Like one of the exercises I do for like all my anxiety and broken brain stuff is a nightly gratitude journal where you just like write down good things that happen during the day. And the whole point is to get you to notice during the day when good stuff's happening, so that starts to hack your bias, so that you have this kind of crazy like false optimism that you can trick yourself into having.
Yeah.
So yeah,
trick yourself.
Well,
even
it's
though
like
it's not a trick, it's what's happening, Matt.
Reality is like a subjective story that you tell yourself, basically. It's like,
yeah,
you're always picking and choosing from the information that you absorb during the day, and you can make any kinds of you can make all kinds of different stories with the same information depending on how you look at it. So if you take advantage of it, you can ban someone from the chat that's being annoying. You can just totally change
I don't think
your
it's being
outlook.
that annoying, honestly. But either way, but at the end of the day, that's kind of how VR works. Is just tricking your mind.
Yeah. Well, and it's so important to like just to be aware of like the limitations of our own brains, because then it becomes a tool that you can use rather than just like thinking that your brain is some kind of perfect computer that doesn't make errors, and then you become Donald Trump or something like that. Like,
yeah,
I got weirdly political there.
Yeah, come on, man. Keep your politics out of here, man.
No politics on board of the 80s.
All right, I'm gonna get into a podcast rant.
Okay.
Please do.
All right, it's pretty easy. Okay, so I was like trying to listen to some new podcasts because I like to do. And I had this one recommended to me, and I really like Karen Kilgariff, who is one of the hosts and creators of this podcast. She's on Mr. Show. She's been like does a lot of comedy writing and stuff, and you know, she's funny, a comedian. And she has a friend Georgia Hardstark, who also I think wrote on Mr. Show, was on it. Anyway, good friends, really funny, great concept for this show. So Matt, concept of this show is My Favorite Murder. It's called My Favorite Murder. And the concept is one of the hosts each week, they switch off week to week, will read through like a true crime murder that happened, like all the way through, like all the details, basically, like well written out. And they just kind of like go through it. And it's like super, it's just an interesting tone they have, because it's kind of like really horrific what they're talking about, but also like they're kind of riffing on it in a fun way, like where it's just like, you know, these two comedians is kind of like talking about like, you know, murder and like, I don't know, it's just really neat. I really like the concept. It's like real murder stories told in a like really weird and nonchalant way, I guess. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was explaining to you at a party this like true murder story, like, isn't that crazy? Like, yeah, that's fucking terrifying. Like, what the fuck? This guy like kidnapped this lady and murdered her. You know, and then they, you know, go through like the court details and stuff. Anyway, it's really good. A couple things I don't like about it though is that the show is not well put together. It's I forget the damn name of the podcast network that puts this together, but I really don't like them. Damn it. Somebody's got to search this. My Favorite Murder Podcast Network. I'm just going to go to their website because I'm sure it'll have their Feral Audio. I hate Feral Audio. I guess they do a bunch of podcasts.
Okay.
They're like independent podcasters. They have a website. Here we go. Podcasts. Quite a bit. We do Harmontown. A couple other podcasts with other like comedians and stuff. Lots of stuff you've never heard of. Scarborough Country. That's a big one. That's pretty good. I like that podcast. But anyway, a lot of podcasts. They do. But I think it's the way that it's put together with, you know, like they get these like comedians or stuff that don't really have it. It sounds like from the way this podcast, to be fair, this podcast is is people that make this are not podcasters, and they have a producer that sometimes talks. They have some guy coming in to record it, but it sounds like, and I don't know because I haven't listened to it. I'm sure people that are fans of the show know everything about it because I'm sure they've talked about it. I've only listened to like the latest 3 episodes. Is that it sounds like it's recorded in someone's house, like in someone's living room, because it is. And then they have their cats that they talk about all the time that are, you can hear meowing sometimes, and I'll pick them up and talk, which is great. Love cats. But fucking audio in that place is awful because it's so echoey. I said it sounds like it's recorded in an empty bomb shelter. Like it is just
Is it
so
just like
echoey.
one mic in the middle of the room?
It's what it sounds like. And it's like for a place that's like being produced by a company, like, come on. Like get some fucking shit together for these people. You know, like I mean, you have our shitty podcasts that we did sound better than this, you know, and this is a company that makes money doing podcasts. Like you can get a better mic, especially since this podcast has blown up lately. Like it's you know, topping charts and whatnot. They got 80 episodes in. You know, you'll find it if you look at like new podcasts that are popular. So last episode, and the other problem I have is ads. And I rant a lot about podcast ads, but I'm going to give a perfect example. Latest episode, hour and a half of length. They do little ads at the start. You know, always got 2 minutes of ads at the start. 58 minutes in, an 8.5 minute ad break. Like, it's just insane. It is like 4 or 5 different ads, like for different random ass internet products. And, you know, and I appreciate like they're just trying to do the thing where like, oh, let's riff during this. It sucks. It is never good. I'm sorry, McElroy brothers who do the fucking Money Zone on their podcast, where they're like, let's riff about fucking underwear for a half, like, you know, 3 minutes. And it's like, it's not funny because it's an ad. You're selling something. It's not. How many times can you riff on this? It bothers me and it sucks. Comedy Bang Bang does it right. If you listen to Comedy Bang Bang, the comedy podcast, Scott Aukerman, at least I stopped listening like a year ago. I kind of got off because I just got way behind. He did pre-records where just minute-long ad. It's got music. He does the copy. He has a couple jokes. Done. Like, that's the way it should be if you're going to do ads, because then I know it's the ad and I can skip it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear like 2 people talking and then I just got to kind of guess when they're done talking about an ad, skipping forward. And I never listen. I'll tell you this right now, people trying to sell ads on podcasts, I skip them every fucking time. I never listen to podcast ads. They just piss me off because I have to go find the skip forward 30 seconds button. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It just sucks. Like,
I love the when there's a constant soundtrack under the ad break, just so I can keep hitting 15 seconds forward and I know exactly when it ended.
They need to, they have to do that. I think a lot of podcasts do. This one does it sometimes, but I've heard other podcasts where they definitely don't have that music. And it's just kind of like, it's kind of hard to tell where the ads are, so it sucks. The episode 73, the one before that, had 9 minutes of ads, and that was an hour and 45 minutes. It's just too much ads. You know what I mean? I don't get it. And they say, you know, we got to keep the podcast free. I was like, no, you don't. Like, that's not how it works. NPR can say that because they are a not-for-profit like thing where they're like trying to make money as this not-for-profit educational thing. You know, like they're that. When you're a comedy podcast, you're not trying to keep the podcast free, you're trying to make money, which you deserve. Because, you know, you're an artist creating content. You deserve to get paid and recognized. But you can't act like it's a charity. Like, we got to do these ads because, you know, this isn't free to do. It is fucking free to do. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't cost that much to host a podcast. I'll tell you that right now. Hosting fees for podcasts are very cheap. This podcast costs $20 a month to host. I mean, I pay more than that because I have a bunch of websites related to the podcast I maintain, but it's probably maximum $45 a month. Not a crazy amount of money. So 9 minutes of ads. And it bothers me that people act like it's like, oh, we gotta do this, keep it free. It's like, no, you gotta do this to get paid. You deserve to get paid. Don't act like it's NPR where they, are fucking battling for funding because they're trying to pay people wages, to make good content, whereas a podcast is just two people fucking around in a room. Like there's not a lot of overhead with that, and deserve to get paid, but don't try and act like it's, I don't know, like some sort of mom and pop thing, especially when you're hosted by some podcast company that makes podcasts. It's not mom and pop. It's not indie. Sorry.
This podcast ad rant was brought to you by Blue Apron. Go to blueapron.com/born-in-the-80s.
And buy me some food.
Oh my God, Blue Apron.
I'd like food. Buy me some food and like 1,000 pounds of plastic packaging.
I thought it was $60 a month.
No, it's $60 a week. You get 3 meals a week. $20 a meal for 2.
And aren't you supposed to buy the produce for it too? Like they don't send you the produce?
No, they send everything.
Okay.
It's still too expensive though.
I know the other one, like HelloFresh, they send you produce.
I can buy groceries and make three meals for way less than $60.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it's not that bad when you really break it out, but it's cheaper than going out. But I don't know. I would love to see a comparison done for Blue Apron. Maybe I'll do that on the blog at some point and just try it, because like I've seen one person do an ingredients buying breakdown comparison, and they went to Whole Foods and were like, it's cheaper than buying it at Whole Foods. It's like, shit's cheaper than going to Whole Foods. And you just go to the local Hy-Vee or Roundy's or fucking Kroger or whatever you got nearby, like, and then buy the fucking shit. You don't need to buy the artisanal produce, like buy, I don't know. It's just like, come on. It's a good service though, especially if you live in a big city and you don't want to fucking go to the grocery store and carry a bunch of shit up. You can just have meals delivered that you make, and it's cheaper than ordering off of Seamless or whatever. Anyway, that's my rant. God, my eye is so watery right now. I got fucking cat.
Yeah, you look like you're having some kind of weird allergy attack.
I know.
You're very twitchy and itchy.
My eye is just really itchy right now. Oh man. Anyway, do we have anything else before we want to end?
Nah, not really.
I hear the music.
I'm trying to save you from your itchiness. Go take some Benadryl.
No, I'm
Itchy
drinking.
And scratchy show.
I don't want to mix that with alcohol.
Hey, everybody go to matthaigmusic.com, matthaggmusic.com.
I'm going to type it in right now.
Stream my bullshit. Go find me on the Spotify.
I haven't been at your website in a while.
I registered whoismatthag.com because I heard that when Scientology is trying to like defame somebody, that's the URL they'll take out, whoisinsertname.com. So I might make a fake Scientology site. We'll see. Right now it just redirects to my normal site.
Okay.
John?
Matt, I tried to stream a thing, and on your website, if you don't have Spotify installed, there's no volume control, so it was extremely loud. I didn't hear any of that. Good song, good track though. It was loud.
Thank you. Where can people find you on the internet?
borninthE80s.net is the website where you can find stuff. Where else can you find me? John_Danger on Twitter. Find me there too. TJ?
Yeah, so I'm all over the internet. And by all of the internet, I mean I lurk everywhere, as May of May, including here on Twitch, which will I might stream some use your words after this is over for anyone who's still awake. Matt, who's probably falling asleep, probably won't survive that long. But
no, I'm all caffeinated up, so I could probably make it through one game.
Awesome. But otherwise, best place to catch me and just send me crap, which I'm absolutely fine with reading it all, is over on the Twitter, which there I'm at May of May 84. That's the number 8 and the number 4. Just follow me on there. I usually just retweet garbage. And I say profound things once every 12 years. So, be ready for that.
Oh, before we go, I want to just revisit our most popular segment, Lance Tweets.
Oh yeah, he's had some good
Find
ones
Lance.
since our last episode.
Wait, you want? Oh, we can't do it without him on. Doesn't seem
This is
fair.
going to be a
He
weekly
can't-
thing.
He can't defend himself.
Oh, it's true. It is. It is.
Okay, we'll just do one. His most recent one 8 hours ago was, why would anybody look up to these athletes? They're all a bunch of fucking goobers.
And no reference into what that was about. What he
Nope.
was watching. Boy, did he not? Was he watching? Was he watching the Tour de France starting today? Like, is that what's going on?
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what's going
You
on.
just can't question these things. You just have to take it as it is. No
I've been
context.
following him. He's got some bangers. That's real _Lance_man. I hope people don't stay this riled up about politics indefinitely. It's rather tiresome. Welcome
It is.
to the world, Lance. That's what is going on. Anyway.
This is the world Twitter brought us. All right, let's
So
kill
true.
the stream so that we can play some games on TJ's stream.
There's really another Kingsman movie coming out. The first one was awful. I just like there's just no filter there. It's literally like everything sucks, but these 3 things I like. Lance calling you out. Oh fuck, he listens too. He's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Oh my eyes. Just end the podcast.
Everything sucks, but these 3 things I lick.
Oh, I'm dying.
All right, the stream's ending now.